Hello YouTube, this is Mightymuffin with another episode of my Let's Play. You can probably see that I've been busy building my mob tower. The inside doesn't actually have anything in it right now, except for the bottom 4 levels of course, but I wanted to get the outside shell built. Since this is such a large blank wall, I'm thinking I might try my hand at some pixel art. I haven't done any of that before, but there's a first time for everything. However, I do have a problem. I am completely out of stone brick. I can't imagine why. And I am quite tired of using my coal supply, plentiful as it is. I'm tired of wasting it on cobblestone when there's a stronghold with plenty of the stuff at my disposal. So I'm going to go there and collect up the mossy stone brick I want for the wall here. Tear all this stone brick out and collect all the stone brick there for this wall and whatever other projects I have in the future. And I think I'm just going to ignore the cracked stone brick because I don't like it. But that project's probably going to take the majority of the day. Think I'll go to the end, get myself a couple new picks because I've burned off all of my Unbreaking Efficiency 3 picks. And go to the stronghold and start some farming. So I guess I will see you once I return from that expedition, or when I fill up my inventory. That's probably going to happen way sooner than I finish exhausting the stronghold of all resources. But I'll see you when I get back. Well, I made my back from my first trip and I thought I'd show you the haul. I decided not to go with the cracked stone brick. It does make rather useful tool for closing off sections that you've cleared of all desired resources and bricked off though. I've also reaffirmed how much I hate silverfish. My armor was pretty good, my boots were completely full, and my armor was barely damaged, and this is what has happened to it. Almost purely from silverfish. I'm glad I didn't bring my unbreaking gear with me. It wouldn't be in as bad a shape, of course, but it would still have taken a fair amount of damage. Well, I think I am going to go and make another trip and see what kind of additional damage I can do to that area. I don't think I've mentioned it before. I did end up walling these with different materials so I could tell pretty quickly what shaft I was looking at. But I'll be back once I've cleared out the fortress or stronghold. Well, as you just saw, I've been doing an absurd amount of enchanting, and you've probably noticed all of my lovely stuff is gone. I managed to die a total of 3 times here. Once was on purpose, once was from stupidity, and once was because these damn chests clipped. I clipped straight through them while, well, like that, and fell to my death. Mildly annoying. But I have just a couple enchanted books here. These ones are the overflows of certain types since I've been categorizing them. However, I've gotten some new pickaxes to play with. I've also added 2 more levels, bringing me up to 8, which is the tallest ender I've ever made. And a second pair of ridiculous boots, because it would amuse me if I could put a dispenser system that armors me when I've died and need to go fetch my gear just by stepping on a pressure plate. To do that, however, I need multiple sets of this ludicrous time sink that's probably not even worth the effort. I still have not gotten the elusive Silk Touch enchant, despite having done well over 100 enchants now on books. Most of which only being level 16, since it's a fairly good level to try for Silk Touch. But I've pretty much exhausted my patience. I've gone through several anvils. Weird thing that happened with the second anvil I put here, it broke after like 3 uses. I've never seen that before. But this one seems to be holding up alright. So I'll probably head on back to the overworld and start working on a new project I have in mind. So I'm on my creative world, and I've been playing with a furnace system that's entirely overkill, but you know, why not? I can just now dump whatever ores I want into here, whatever fuel I want into here, and they will all eventually make it into the furnace, which pumps into this chest. So it seems in Notch's infinite wisdom they decided to just ruin the most wonderful feature ever, and I can't get rapid fires on droppers, which just kind of pisses me off. So this design's crap. Gotta go figure out how to redo it in some more cumbersome way because I have to get rapid blinkers put in. Yay. So I've come up with something of a solution. I don't actually like it that much, but it works. Oops. This comparator's run hot, and this causes as fast a clock as I can get it. It seems they disabled the .05 clocks, which is annoying to say the least, but this way I can actually do this, and it'll still work because it's pulsing this redstone here too. I think it'll burn out. But doing that, I can actually make a tower of them, I believe, because all I have to do is use half slabs. Yep. Well, that's fortunate. Still annoying, but that'll work. So I'll get to rebuilding my design using this nerfed setup. Okay, so I think I've fixed it. If I feed iron into, or gold rather, into this one, we'll see the 4 pieces of gold I fed in there. It's because this hopper feeds into these 2 dispensers, which are both pointed up, and this system triggers both dispensers to fire. There seems to be enough of a delay there that if I feed 1 iron into this, it gets pushed all the way through, which is fortunate. I had to rearrange the coal chutes slightly. Costs more because I have to use hoppers instead of droppers, but if I had it the way I had before with the 2 droppers going up here, it didn't work. So I have this comparator reading off of this dropper, which powers this block, and activates this circuit. I think this is as tight as I can compress the circuit. I might try a couple other things. I think I might be able to switch this around a bit, but this might actually, it's 1 wider. If I can switch this around, it'll be the same width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's the same depth. So it is slower because it can't feed on a half tick through droppers anymore, but oh well. Like I said earlier, I don't really care about how rapidly I get resources at this point because they're just adding to my pre-existing stockpile. I might at some point set it up so that instead of dumping into a chest, it funnels into a sorting system. Not quite sure how I'll work that out, but now I have a working system. I can build it over in the LP world. I'll see you back there. And there we have it. I'm not quite sure if I want to just do a bank of furnaces here for like smooth stone production, or if I want to make another one of these. I'll have to figure that out at some point in the future, but the system's completed. I made a slight redesign here. I'm not sure it really matters all that much, but it allows the design to be slightly narrower, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it allows it to be 1 narrower, which fits pretty much perfectly here. There's a little bit of wasted space back here, but I could push it back if I wanted to just dig into here a bit, but I don't really see the point in that, since this will give me a furnace capable of cooking stacks and stacks of things. I increased the hopper count by 1, so I'll have 15 stacks plus 9, so 24 stacks of ore can be pushed into here before it gets stuck into a permanent loop here. Over here the capacity is the same as it was before, 10 stacks. I might be able to increase that slightly, but I don't really see the point. So there we have it. I'll probably change the block type here. I'm not sure. I'm getting kind of tired of this stone brick motif. I just use that because I have a plentiful supply from my exploits in the stronghold. But there we have it. Okay, I decided to go with overkill and put in 2 of these auto processing furnaces and an access hatch, because if I accidentally toss stuff into the wrong hopper or things fall into it on accident, if I'm mining around here and trying to clean it up, then I want to be able to quickly access the backside and fix the jam. I've started putting my drops in the appropriate chests. Like this is the vegetable material chest. This is animals. I believe spider eyes and string are here. I have a lot of string, even more wool. At the moment, this is just my miscellaneous resources. I have cobble and dirt and gravel and sand and trees and coal, and this is just my misc chest for now, along with my stone supply and my mossy stone supply. But I'll eventually get that repurposed, I believe, because let's see, that needs to be my auto brewing facility, so I might leave this my miscellaneous area, because the auto brewing system, I might keep 1 chest full of potions, but that's not necessary since I plan on distributing those potions to various dispensers. I can leave that as my miscellaneous area. And this chest area doesn't really have a purpose yet. I might stick building blocks like stone brick and stuff here. I'm not sure. I'll have to work that out. Since I'm putting a melon farm over here, I'm going to have to come up with some way, maybe through the ceiling here. I might just dump it into the rest of the sorting system I eventually plan on building so it can deposit the melons over here. Also, I think the sorting system might have an issue with over here. Yeah, I'll have to rework this possibly if I want an auto sorting system, I believe. Well, maybe not. I can shoot hoppers up through the sides, so I might be able to get away with that. And like I said, I might eventually have a hopper under this chest, or maybe not even a chest at all, just have a stone brick here and have this hopper feeding down, consolidating with this one and shooting straight up using a dropper system into the sorting system as well. That way I just dump all my resources over there that I want smelted up, and it'll be smelted up eventually and then dropped. I might make that my metal area, or my mining resources area, since I haven't really done anything with that beyond just leaving them here. I did rebolster my diamond supply slightly. That was looking really slim, and I might start going after withers soon. I don't have enough for a full-size beacon, but I have enough for several mini beacons that I could set up everywhere. I mean, a mini beacon only takes, what, 9 blocks? I have enough gold for a bunch of those. Could go kill myself several withers and set up mini beacons for now. They give me constant speed boosts. That might be entertaining to do. I eventually want probably 2 5-beacon pyramids. One low enough down to hit this area and any floors above. It'll probably be in the ceiling somewhere. Probably either, let's see, that way. So the nether portal's up there. So I'd probably want a 5-beacon over here somewhere. Maybe a 4-beacon just because this is on an even number. and I'll forego strength or something because that's not necessary in my base where there are no mobs. And then over here, put another beacon to cover the overworld and anything I build up top, because the nether portal's over here, so I'll build a beacon over that some ways. Since the full-size beacons have a radius of 50, I believe, it should be able, 2 sets should be able to cover basically the entire area. One down lower, one up high. And then I'll be covered permanently. But until that occurs, I mean, I still need 8 beacons total for that plan, so I might just start farming those 8 beacons and just put them on smaller pyramids here and there and everywhere to give myself the bonuses I want anyway. Definitely want regen for falling. Basically for falling. Since this entire system's dependent on long shafts that I just fall down, and I don't really like water. I might eventually just put water up there to reduce the fall distance, and with feather falling boots tied into it, it won't matter that much, but I would prefer not to do that and just use instant healing potions, splash instant healing potions, because that would entertain me more. So I guess we'll see what I'm going to do with that. And for the meantime, I'll either start working on the brewing factory or find myself a double wither spawner, or not wither, sorry, blaze spawner that I can work on turning into a blaze rod system, because I'd rather use blade rods than coal as a fuel supply, because it's easier to get once you set up a system like that. Too bad you can't use chunk loaders in unmodded worlds, because if I could, I would set up an auto blaze killer to drop the blaze rods or shoot the blaze rods through a nether portal to be collected by some hoppers and automatically funneled into this system. That would be really fun, but there are no chunk loaders, which makes me a little sad actually. I would love to see chunk loaders in vanilla Minecraft just for that purpose. But can't always get what we want. So I will go figure out something new to do and be back once I've done that. Okay, so I've spent frankly a ridiculous amount of time farming these damn things. They really need to make those slightly less rare. I mean, I get being rare, that makes sense. Being that rare, insane. I have my whole set, and it's taken quite a bit of damage. Unbreaking, basically a useless waste of time on armor. So let's see how I do without actually trying to prepare potions, because frankly I have more gear than I should. Well, that was close. I might still die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. And there it is. So downside, I lost like 40 levels. Upside, I didn't lose all my gear. Although my poor armor took quite the beating, even though I don't really think it should have with all those unbreaking items. So I have my first beacon in place. Placed it a little low down because I wanted it to be in range of the storage room. I think it's always in range in this room. It might not be in this far corner though. It's pretty good. Yep. That's not a full beacon. I'm still missing the bottom level. But it's the other three, and of course I put speed on it. I wasn't quite sure what. I might change it out later. Haste might be a more useful feature for me to have right now since this is still a work in progress. I'll definitely put it on haste when I start clearing out this next floor I'm going to do. But for now I'll probably just leave this hole in the ceiling because that's my easy access to get here, which has the bottom floor that I still need to put in. I would like to get rid of this iron, but I don't quite have the resources to pull that off right now. But there we have it. I have my first beacon. I just need to get 7 more and an insane amount of resources, and I'll be able to blanket my full base. I can actually get a fair amount of my base already. Beacon's also kind of handy because I can orient myself when I'm here at the moment. So it's active up here from most of the area. It's definitely not going to reach all the way over there because I placed it low down, but that's alright. It's reaching much further than I expected though. Huh, it does make it all the way over here. So this beacon will actually suit me across the board. Well, that pretty much wraps up this episode. Accomplished a fair amount. Got my new smelting system completed. Been using it a little bit. And got my beacon started. Which is fortunate because I kind of hate like 8,000 blocks of material sitting around that I'm never going to use. Because, let's face it, all my tools are made out of diamond at this point. What use is iron other than to make rails, but you can harvest abandoned mine shafts for that, so the only real use of iron is for beacons and anvils, and the only use of gold really is powered rails and beacons and I guess glistering melon. I'll need a lot of gold for that for my auto brewing factory, but that's about it. So, you will see me again next time. As always, any comments on how I can improve my videos is much appreciated. Thank you.